Hello, welcome to FightCore USA.
The split decision, perhaps the most controversial and heatedly debated verdict in all of combat sports. Now that's a bold statement. Some of you might think, no way bro, that title belongs to something else. But stay with me, because I'm gone. Now, break down exactly why this split decision is the most hotly contested and misunderstood judging criteria in all of fighting. To start, here are the 3 key points about it that make it so unique and so infuriating. Point no. Uno, one judge scores it for fighter A, one judge scores it for fighter B, and one judge holds the fate of the fight in their hands. Now, when you have a majority decision, there's only one judge whose opinion matters. In this case, it's the one who sees it for the winner. And in a unanimous decision, well, all 3 judges are in agreement, making the debate relatively straightforward. However, with a split decision, it's like a game of rock, paper, scissors, where the deciding factor is that 3rd judge, the swing votes. They can be the ones to turn a win into a loss, and vice versa. Point 2, this puts tremendous pressure on that one judge. I mean, if they score the fight incorrectly, then they are going to be the reason that someone loses a fight that they may have actually won. That's an enormous amount of responsibility and pressure to put on just one person. And finally, point 3, it often leads to controversy and heated debate. We've probably all seen a split decision in action at least once. It's when a fighter wins 2 rounds according to the judges' scorecards, but loses a 3rd, which gives him a total of 2 judges' scores for a win and 1 judge's score for a loss. As such, there's no clear winner, so the fight goes to the 3rd judge's scorecard to decide. So not only does this result in some fighters having their records unfairly tarnished, but it also creates post-fight controversies. Let's face it, we don't need any more of that in combat sports. But despite all of these flaws, the split decision still happens all the time. And what makes it even more interesting is that sometimes it is even agreed upon by the fighters themselves. For example, Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane, Alexander Volkanovski vs. Brian Ortega, and Jose Aldo v. Smax Holloway were all bouts that were scored as split decisions, despite neither fighter having any complaints. So now, you know the basics. You understand the issues, and you've seen an example. Now I'm gonna prove to you that the split decision is the most frustrating and mind-bending situation of all of them. We're gonna do that by looking at a recent UFC event where a split decision was handed down, and we'll see how even the experts see the same fight differently. Let's go back to UFC Vegas 76, where rising contender Jack Della Maddalena went head-to-head against the always tough Shavkat Rakhmonov in a welterweight bout. The first round started off slow, which is pretty typical when 2 wrestlers go head-to-head. But right at the halfway mark, Maddalena shoots for a takedown and briefly gets Rakhmonov on the canvas. Although he couldn't keep the dominant position for long, he did enough damage from the top to take the round, which I believe all 3 judges saw the same way. In the second frame, the story is very different. Rakimov comes out and starts connecting with heavy leg kicks. This significantly slowed down Jack, who started visibly limping around the octagon.
Despite this, Pilar Madalena still managed to land some solid punches and knock.
But Rakimov pressed forward with his relentless kick assault. The question is, who won this round? Well, that depends on who you ask. Two of the three judges saw it for Rakimov, while the other saw it for Madalena. This brings us to the final round. Going into this bout, I predicted that if Jack could take the fight to the mat, he would win a decision. On the contrary, if Revichandran kept it standing, he would win.
Revichandran starts the round strong with another barrage of leg kicks.
But shortly after, De La Madalena shoots for a takedown and keeps Rakimov in the fight. Once again, Jack passes some time in the top position, but eventually, Rakimov returns to his feet, and with under a minute left in the fight, Rakimov takes it to the mat and attempts to finish the fight with a rear naked choke. Although he gets close, Jack manages to defend the submission attempt and the bell rings, just like in the second round. This one was also a close one, with the judges' scorecards being split evenly at 194 to 195. The fight came down to the third judge's scorecard, who saw it for Ra, making him the winner. As you can see, even the experts see the same fights differently. What do you think? Was it a fair decision? Do you agree with the judges, or do you think someone got robbed? I'm really interested in your opinion on this one. And if you want to dig deeper into the topic, I highly suggest that you watch my breakdown of the Amanda Leeds vs. Alexa Grasso fight. There I go through all the ins and outs of judging criteria and explain the difference between the unified rules and the Nevada State Athletic Commission rules. It's quite nerdy, but if you're a true fighting fan, then you'll love it. Now, whether you like it or not, the split decision will continue to happen, and the only thing we can do is learn more about it and try to better understand the sport through these controversial moments. And that's why you should subscribe, because I'll help you become a smarter fighter. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.